Welcome to day 20 of the Radio Free Skaro Fluid Links Advent Calendar. Here's today's question for the Fluid Links Advent Calendar. Will Doctor Who return to the popularity of the Matt Smith era in the U.S. because of Disney Plus? Joe Mendoza.
Yes. Next.
No.
No, okay.
The thing is, I never felt, I guess it was, but it never felt like the Matt Smith era was more popular than Tennant, because everybody goes on about how great Tennant is, and then Tennant comes back, everybody freaks out. So I always just kind of assumed the Tennant era was more popular than Smith, even if it wasn't.
Oh, in the U.S.?
U.S. Specifically,
Yeah, I
U.S.
suppose.
we're talking about here, yeah.
Great question for three Canadians.
Yeah.
I say,
We'll say North America. We'll include our North America in there.
my first thought is no. So when Matt Smith's era got big in the U.S., it's because of like Moffat and BBC America and cinema screenings and whatever, and even like for Capaldi, there's like the world tour and stuff, but that was still not quite as big as Matt Smith. So like unless
because it was post 50th. That's a thing too to consider.
Yeah.
Like the 50th was a big.
it was
thing.
leading up to the 50th. Like season
I know,
season
but, like,
6 is when it kind of. Are you talking Capaldi? Yeah,
Like Capaldi's post 50th, so it's kind of
so
like
it's on the
you know,
downturn.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless Disney Plus steps up and does other stuff than just broadcast the episodes,
Right.
I think no.
I'm going to say yes, because
All right.
BBC America is a minnow and Disney Plus is a shark, and conditions are much different than they were 10 years ago. So the way to promote something is just to be on Disney Plus as opposed to BBC America. You don't have to do all that extra stuff that you had to do with BBC America, which half of America probably didn't even know existed. Everybody knows Disney Plus. If you got a child, you know Disney Plus exists, and it's sitting right there. So, and the online popularity might be different. Like it's not quite the same thing anymore. Like, this is a weird example, but I'll walk by Granville Street here in Vancouver, and the Vogue Theater is like one of the big, not huge concert venues for something by the Taylor Swift, but if you're an up and comer, that's where you go. And every time I walk by, I look it up, and it's somebody who's got big on YouTube. So that's kind of the environment we're in now. We really weren't in that environment in 2011, or around there, right? So I think. And with Disney Plus, they've got more money than God. If they want to advertise on TV, God knows why they would bother. They would just put it on Twitter or something, or maybe not Twitter, but bad example, but some other popular TikTok.
Yeah.
They put an ad on TikTok or something, right? So,
Well, for what it's worth, Disney. There've been a lot of Disney Plus ads on hockey games that I've watched. Like they're just one of the regular ad spots that are been advertising Christmas.
Disney is one of the biggest,
sadly not Doctor Who,
entertainment entities in the entire. It's one of the biggest corporations in the world, and in mind share wise, it is absolutely up there, like top 5. So with Coca-Cola and Apple and a couple other ones, right? So I can't. Yeah, I mean, if they got to screw up real bad to not make this popular.
Yeah, and I know, Chris, you were saying like if they just air it and don't do anything to promote it, then it won't. But Russell T Davies has said when Ncuti Gatwa's first season shows up in April or spring 2024, that's when the big Disney Plus push will happen. Right now is not it. But the big push will happen when Ncuti Gatwa actually premieres as another thing. BBC.
What does that mean? Does that mean we're going to get the episode title card more than 3 seconds before it's able
I think
to
there
be played?
will be a proper thing where like it'll say Doctor Who
season 1.
It'll be called season 1. Get used to that, folks. And then the episodes will appear. I bet you a trailer will show up first, and you'll be able to watch that trailer.
Yeah, I bet you that's true.
About a week in advance of the actual.
And that's what they do with regular stuff on Disney Plus too. Like anything, Indiana Jones, for instance, just came on there, and all that's there is a trailer a week ahead of time. Like they don't, and you have to got a little dig for it a little bit, but that's not really any different than most other crappy streaming services, by which I mean all of them. So the rules are just different now.
Yeah, and also, as much as BBC America did great work with the Matt Smith era, because they more or less took it on at the very end of the David Tennant
I'm not
era.
talking them down at all. I'm just saying it's a different environment.
I think a big part of why, the Matt Smith era was popular, but I think a lot of people still had nostalgia and affection for the Tennant era because that was on Netflix at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's a good point.
Netflix was it was the home of every stream. Like it was basically the only streaming
town.
service. Exactly. And I think when Doctor Who left Netflix, I think that was when the popularity and the accessibility of Doctor Who in North America sort of like diminished. Because then, like, where is it now? It's on Max. I don't have Max. It's like $20 a month.
It's on Crave. What the hell is that?
Exactly. It's on Crave. Oh, you can watch it on Crave. You can buy it on iTunes the next day. I don't want to buy it on iTunes. I just want to stream it somewhere. But now it's on Disney Plus, as you say, and every parent of every child out there has Disney Plus because if kids know what they want, they know they want to watch like Frozen 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And so they hold their parents hostage.
The $15 a month babysitter. That's what Disney Plus is.
It 100% is.
Frozen and Boy Meets World.